Hello everyone, my name is Debbie Allen and my topic is albinism. What is it exactly? Albinism is a genetic condition that someone is born with, and there is more than one type of albinism. Now, in order to get the correct pronunciations and the correct spelling of these different types, which there are four, there is OCA 1, OCA 2, OCA 3, and OCA 4. They are all different types. They all have their own reasoning to why that someone would be born with one of these types of albinism. Now, I do have a younger child who inspired me to do this topic because not everyone knows about albinism and what it entails. Now, my son was diagnosed with OCA 1, type 1. Now, what that consists of is that he has the whitish hair, whitish blonde hair actually, the nystagmus of the eyes, and the fair skin, where some people are born with white blonde hair, black eyes, maybe blue eyes. Not everyone is born looking the same way if they are diagnosed being albino. And again, you do have to go for genetic testing. A regular primary care doctor cannot diagnose albinism. They can suggest that somebody has albinism, but they cannot do the testing because the testing really is extensive and there's just too many different things that you have to look out for, and a regular primary care doctor would not be able to do that. But now I would like to show you someone with albinism and exactly what they can look like. And again, like I said, it was on my youngest son. So if you would please welcome my son, Muta. Please come sit down. As you can see, it's the lighter color hair. In his case, he actually does have 4 different types of white blonde in his hair, and this is the color that it actually comes out to. Plus they think that he has more than one type of albinism. That and his eyes, it is very hard to see, but his eyes does rotate and it makes it very difficult for him to see. And then the fair complexion of his skin. Now there are albinos that are actually born lighter than him. And of course, again, with the lighter hair. Now, he does have black eyes. It's really hard to see again. I do understand. And he wasn't as fortunate to be born. Thank you. He wasn't as fortunate to be born with light-colored eyes. He was actually one of the ones that was born with black eyes and a lot of eye conditions. He has had at least 1 surgery and is expected to have 1 more after he is done reaching puberty, which, as you can see, is very tall. And with the type of albinism that he has, they actually are surprised that he's grown as tall as he has. He's at least 5'11". He is almost 6 foot tall. Kind of have to look up at him. But anyway, there are 2 websites that somebody could go to if they do not understand what albinism is exactly like. And one website is called NOAA. Now, I stand behind this site very well because that is where I found out a lot of the questions that the genetic doctor was coming across with me about as far as some of the conditions with my son. And I needed some more definite, conclusive answers that I felt I was getting from the counselor, but that I wasn't understanding. So I wanted to understand it better myself. Now, I did type this on my computer because I did want to get the right pronunciation. And it's called NOAA, the National Organization for Albinism and Hypopigmentation. And then there is one more website. It's U.S. National Library of Medicine, NIH, National Institute of Health. Those 2 sites are very educational and they do provide a lot of information. And I don't know what I would do without those 2 sites because, again, I do have a genetic counselor for my son. that does explain a lot to me. But again, it's always easy to say, oh hey, you know, they're albino, they were born with albinism, you know, it just must not be that bad of a life. But in all honesty, it can be. Where my son, for instance, he does not like going outside. Plus he can't. He's very badly allergic to the sun. He does break out. He does have to wear special eyeglasses, and he does have to wear a hat, and he has to wear protective clothing as well, other people that are albino. I would like to take this time out to thank you very much, and I hope I've educated some of the ones that really do not understand what albinism is, and look forward to educating you further. Thank you and have a good night.